Good morning. This is Dr. Cooper, and this is a podcast for the ENG102 Freshman Composition course. Today's podcast is the Week 2 weekly podcast. Welcome back. I hope you all had a great first week of the semester, spring 2015. And congratulations to all of you who completed the orientation. That's a good sign. It means that you're ready to learn and that you were properly placed in this course. So let's go ahead and talk about what needs to happen today. So remember, last week in class, we talked about there are 3 ways that you're going to be participating, or not 3 ways, but 3 times throughout the week that you're going to be participating in the class. And the first time for week 2 is the first column. These are the things that you have to do before you come to class on Tuesday. And then, of course, the second period of time will be in class on Tuesday. And then the last part of the class will be between Wednesday through Friday when the assignments are due. Okay? So let's go through that really quickly. If you go ahead and click on modules and then click on the week 2 page, in the week 2 page is where everything is listed that you have to complete this week. Now keep in mind that you may have missed some things that you were supposed to do last week, so go back and check to make sure that you've completed those. I've updated some of the grades, but I haven't brought over all of the assignments from Connect yet if you did them late. Now I did grade those and put the scores in for those of you that did them on time. You should see your 10 points for that. But those of you that did it a little late, I haven't done that yet, so I will. Alright, so for week 2, we're going to continue our exploration of topics and start some preliminary research. So if you watched that first video that you did in the orientation that talked about what this class is all about, you learned what our course theme is. And our course theme is personal freedoms. So for this week, we're going to explore some topics within personal freedoms. That includes participating in our asynchronous discussion. So in the discussion board, you'll see that assignment pop up. You'll need to get in and post some of your ideas. Remember, you need to reply to your classmates as well. So make sure you post your own idea of what you think personal freedoms are or what a personal freedom is. And then you want to reply to some of the things that other people have said. And that's going to be due before you come to class on Monday, so Sunday night. So by Tuesday of next week, you're all going to pick a topic. But we want to thoroughly explore the topics before we get to that. And we'll talk more about your research proposal later this week. I'll come back and talk about that. And that'll be due next Tuesday. But for this week, you're just going to talk to each other and talk about, if you're not sure what you're going to write about, that's what this discussion is for. So make sure that you get in that. Now, you can also plan for about 5 to 6 hours worth of work this week. And that doesn't include your in-class time. So we have class for an hour and 15 minutes, and then you can plan for another 5 hours outside of class. All right, so before you come to class, there's a lesson 2.1 on bibliographies. This is very important for you to understand and know. So make sure that you watch that lesson. And remember, there are questions embedded in the lesson. This counts for attendance. So if you don't want to be marked absent, make sure that you complete that lesson before you come to class. So by midnight on Monday is the due date of that. And then you also have to read chapter 21, A through D. So 21 is a long chapter. You're just reading the first part of it, A through D. And again, there'll be quiz questions right after the chapter reading, and that's all in Connect. So always go over to Connect. You can see your chapter reading in the week folder. We're in week 2 now, and do that. So that's pretty much it to prepare for class. Now, in class on Tuesday, we're going to talk about the first 2 assignments that you're going to work on, assignments 1 and 2. So in order for you to do well on those assignments, you need to understand bibliographies, and that's why you have to do lesson 2.1 first. So I'll give you some handouts in class. We'll discuss our projects and the idea of our projects, and then we'll go through how to use the technology to do assignments 1 and 2. You can get started on those assignments early if you like. We will learn how to use bibme.org, which I'm sure you'll love because it'll help you with your bibliographies for your class, for your assignment. And then also we're going to learn how to use Digo. We're going to share some ideas with each other. Because I know there are quite a few of you out there that are like, I have no idea what I'm going to write about. And that's okay, because that's where we are right now. So we'll do that in class. And then online by Friday, you'll need to make sure that you complete the assignment number 1, assignment number 2, and then there's a second lesson, lesson 2.2 on how to write summaries. And again, there'll be questions attached to that, and you want to make sure that you do that for your attendance. Okay, so the only thing that you don't see on this page, week 2, is that the discussion forum, which was supposed to be due last week, I actually extended it till Monday. So if you haven't started on that, you may not see it in this page, but I'm going to add it to this page as soon as I'm done with this podcast. All right, so don't forget your reading over in Connect. Don't forget you're going to have to pay for Connect eventually. You only get 2 weeks free, and you don't want to fall into that trap where your 2 weeks expires and then you don't pay it and then I have to drop you. And there are no exceptions. So 2 weeks to get your $40 so that you can pay for Connect Composition. And that's where you're going to do your reading for Chapter 21, A through D. So that's pretty much it for this week. Again, I want to say congratulations for all of you. We only had one person who missed out on staying in the class. Many people chose not to take the class on their own, but only one person that didn't complete the orientation. One person that was close to completing it, and I gave him one more day, so hopefully when I go in and check that's completed. But for the rest of you, great job. I have some awards for you, for those of you that were my rock stars in class tomorrow. All right, so if you have any questions, remember, go to Piazza, ask your question in Piazza, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I am out of town right now, but I'll be back and willing and ready to work with all of you if you need help. So keep that in mind. All right, have a great week.